Boxing, the art of hitting and not getting hit. Throughout its history, there have always been the odd few that outrank their peers, not through strength and aggression, but through empowering solid defensive techniques inside the ring. Defensive boxers are those who usually make their opponents miss and punish them for missing. These fighters can be just as pleasing to watch as the most offensive fighters. So which fighters are the best defensive boxers of all time? Welcome to Boxing Mates. In this video, we take a look at the top 6 defensive boxers of all time, who could defend spectacularly while throwing an unexpected punch. Number 6. Muhammad Ali. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Ali is arguably the finest boxer of all time. The most well-known boxing figure must be known for his abilities and, in particular, his movement. You had the most gifted boxer breaking records from early adolescence, having won an Olympic medal at the tender age of 18. The great man's defense, quickness, footwork, and ring smarts set him apart from other fighters. Number 5. James Toney. To be named a defensive expert, you need a natural sense and skill to escape punches and avoid being hit, and there aren't many guys better than James Toney. Toney was once regarded as the greatest naturally gifted fighter in history, according to Hall of Fame trainer Freddie Roach. Toney was known during his peak for not putting in the necessary time and effort in training, frequently arriving at camp overweight and lacking desire for self-improvement. His natural talent, though, was more than enough to win his fights. Toney was born to fight, simply and straightforward. He started as a middleweight, becoming the youngest middleweight champion, and later in his career moved up all the way to heavyweight. He was notorious for slipping and rolling with punches to absorbing the full impact. His opponents were often annoyed by his constant fast head movement and savvy shoulder roll. Number 4. Willie Pep. This list wouldn't be complete without mentioning the man who reportedly once won an entire round without throwing a single punch. Willie Pep fought in 241 professional boxing fights, collecting up a total of 1,956 rounds. Willie was a freak of nature, as he only lost once after 62 victories. Since his fights in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, there hasn't been much footage of Willie. Fortunately, there is some footage available which demonstrates why he is among the top 6 defensive boxers. Pep is widely regarded as the best featherweight fighter of all time, having won his first title at the age of 20. Willie Pep's footwork and ability to turn an opponent have never been surpassed. Even after surviving a plane accident in 1947, Pep was able to return to the ring against all odds and win his comeback fight. When doctors told him later in life that his diagnosis of Alzheimer's disease was due to his extensive boxing career, he replied, "It couldn't be because I never got punched in the ring, did I?" Number 3. Pernell Whitaker. While Pernell is not known to everyone outside of boxing like Ali or Mayweather, Pernell is an absolute legend. He held 4 weight titles and won gold in the 1984 Olympics. He is known as Sweet Pea and was a true wizard inside the ring. He had some of the best reflexes of any fighter, which made him untouchable. He could stand in front of any opponent and easily slip, duck or block continuing punches. His career highlights include a controversial draw against Mexican legend Julio Cesar Chavez. After Whitaker dominated Chavez the whole fight, judges infamously saw the fight as a draw, causing Sports Illustrated to run a famous front-page headline that simply said "robbed." Whitaker was so unique in his defensive style and arguably could be the most entertaining.
Number 2. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Whether you like him or not, you knew he was going to be at the top of our list, and for obvious reasons. This man's defensive abilities are undeniable, as seen by his 50 victories and 0 defeats. You don't get to box at his level for as long as he has and remain undefeated without a solid defense being your number 1 priority. Floyd is a defensive genius. With his famous stance with one arm down, he was a fighter who knew exactly what he was doing. In fact, his defensive abilities were so strong that he could always spot and capitalize on possibilities while defending. Always one step ahead of the game and just barely missing a shot. He can fairly be considered to have started in a new era of boxing where fighters are more likely to self-promote themselves and have more control over their careers.
Number 1. Nicolino Locke. Nicolino was an Argentinian light welterweight champion who only lost 4 of his 136 fights. Nicolino was known for his defensive wizardry, frequently adopting a form of the shoulder roll, and his reflexes were such that he could present his head to you while keeping his hands by his sides and still make you miss all of your punches. Little wonder he was often referred to as the Untouchable. He had the talent and capacity to make even the best fighters look like amateurs. Nicolino could have been one of boxing's greatest defensive geniuses, but he was always ignored by the American boxing establishment, and therefore the rest of the world.